Stop scrolling. Right now. Stop. Because what you're about to hear in the next few minutes is something the SSA confirmed but never mailed to your door. Something that is already affecting the $994 check that millions of seniors depend on every single month. Something that could reduce that check, freeze that check, or eliminate that check entirely before July ends. And the seniors who are going to lose money this month are the ones who kept scrolling instead of staying right here. July 1st is here, and the rules around your $994 SSI check just got more serious than most people realize. Think about what $994 means in your life. Not in an abstract way. In a real way, that is your rent contribution. That is your grocery budget. That is your insulin. That is your electric bill in the middle of summer, when the heat does not care that you are on a fixed income. For 7.5 million Americans, that $994 is not supplemental. It is survival. It is the entire financial foundation of every single month. And right now that foundation has cracks in it that most people cannot see until the check stops coming. Here is the truth that the SSA confirmed, but that nobody is saying loudly enough. The $994 maximum monthly SSI benefit is not automatic. It is not guaranteed. It is not permanent. The SSA requires strict ongoing eligibility checks, and missing even one requirement could reduce or stop your payments entirely. One missed step, one unreported change, one form that expired without being renewed, and the check that was supposed to arrive July 1st does not arrive. The phone call you make after that happens is the most expensive call of your month, because recovering a stopped SSI payment takes time, and time does not pause your bills while you wait. Two seniors, same benefit, same $994 on paper. One is receiving every dollar of her maximum benefit. She knows the 5 rules. She follows them. She reported every change. She passed her redetermination. Her July check arrived clean. The other one is sitting at her kitchen table this morning with a letter she does not understand. Her benefit was reduced. Not eliminated. Reduced. By an amount she cannot absorb this month. And the reason it was reduced is something she never knew could affect her check. Something she would have addressed months ago if anyone had explained it clearly before July arrived. You are about to hear every single thing that is reducing SSI checks right now in July 2026, and exactly what to do about each one before the next payment date. Subscribe to this channel right now, hit that bell. Like this video, share it with every SSI recipient you know, comment below and tell me yes or no. Did your July SSI payment arrive in full? Subscribe, bell, like, share, comment. All of it right now, because what comes next is the complete picture of what is happening to the $994 check in July 2026. Reason number 1, your check's less than $994. Your living arrangement. This is the one that catches the most seniors completely off guard. If you live in someone else's home and do not pay your fair share of food and shelter, cost your SSI payment may be lowered by up to $331.33 per month. $331 every single month. Not because your income changed, not because your assets changed, because of where you live and whether the SSA considers you to be receiving in-kind support. If you moved in with a family member this year, if a family member moved in with you and started covering your food or utilities, if your living arrangement changed in any way that affects who pays for what, that change affects your SSI calculation. And it must be reported to the SSA immediately. Every month of delay between the change and the report is a month of overpayment that becomes a debt the SSA will collect from your future checks. Reason number 2, your check is less than $994. Your redetermination is overdue. The SSA conducts periodic redeterminations of SSI eligibility. A redetermination is a review of your non-medical eligibility factors, your income, your resources, your living situation, your marital status. The SSA requires this review on a regular schedule, and if you received a redetermination notice and did not respond, your payments may have been suspended while the SSA waits for information it requested. Missing a redetermination does not just reduce your check, it can stop it entirely until you respond, until you provide the documentation the SSA requested, until the review is completed and eligibility is reconfirmed. If you received any letter from the SSA in the past 6 months and did not respond to it, that letter may have been a redetermination request. Find it today. Call 1-800-77 21213 and ask about the status of your redetermination. Do not wait for the next letter. The next letter may be a suspension notice. Reason number 3. Your check is less than $994. Your bank balance crossed $2,000. The SSI resource limit for individuals is $2,000. For couples, it is $3,000. That limit has not changed since 1989. If your bank balance went above $2,000 at any point this year, even temporarily, the SSA system can flag your account for a review that leads to a benefit reduction or suspension. A tax refund arrived. A family member sent money. A month where your expenses were lower than usual and your balance built up. Any of these can cross the threshold. And the SSA does not call you to warn you before acting. It acts. Then you find out. Set a bank alert today. Ask your bank to notify you when your balance approaches $1,800. That notification gives you time to spend down or move money before crossing the $2,000 line. Reason number 4. Your check is less than $994. Your state does not supplement. The $994 is the federal maximum. Some states add their own supplement on top of that. California, New York, Massachusetts, Michigan. These states pay additional monthly amounts that increase total SSI income above the federal base. But not every state does this, and some states that do supplement have income and living arrangement conditions that determine whether the supplement applies to your specific situation. If you moved to a different state this year, your supplement situation changed. If you moved from a state with a generous supplement to one without, your total monthly income dropped. Not because the federal benefit changed, because the state piece disappeared. That change required reporting. And if it was not reported, the SSA may be calculating your benefit incorrectly in either direction. Reason number 5. The IRS is watching your SSI income, and most seniors do not know why it matters. SSI benefits themselves are not federally taxable, but the income that disqualifies you from SSI or reduces your SS payment can interact with your IRS filing in ways most seniors never anticipated. If you receive both SSI and Social Security, the Social Security portion may be taxable, depending on your combined income. Up to 85% of your Social Security benefits can be subject to federal income tax if your combined income exceeds $34,000 as a single filer. And the IRS and SSA are now cross-referencing data with a speed and precision that did not exist 5 years ago. If you received a larger Social Security payment this year due to a WEP or GPO retroactive lump sum, that payment increased your combined income, which means more of your Social Security is taxable this year than last year, which means your effective monthly income after taxes is lower than you calculated. And if you did not adjust your tax withholding to account for that lump sum, you may owe the IRS money you did not budget for. So here is exactly what you do right now before your July check situation gets any more complicated. Log into your My Social Security account at ssa.gov today. Look at your current benefit amount and compare it to the $994 maximum. If it is lower, understand which of the 5 reasons above applies to your situation and whether it is something you can address. If your living arrangement changed at any point this year and you did not report it today. Call 1-800-77 Reporting late is better than not reporting at all. An unreported change creates an overpayment debt. A reported change creates an adjustment. The adjustment is manageable. The debt is not. If you received a redetermination notice and did not respond, find it and respond today. Bring documentation of your current income, your resources, and your living situation. Get confirmation that the SSA received your response before you leave the call, and set that bank alert at $1,800. Today, before your next direct deposit pushes your balance toward the $2,000 threshold without you noticing. The senior whose July check arrived in full knows these 5 things. The senior at the kitchen table with a letter she does not understand is going to learn them today. You learnt them right now. Before July cost you money it was never supposed to take.